guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing one of my favorite makeup products, which is an eyeshadow palette. I really wanted to do a video on this palette because it's actually one of my favorite 3 palettes that have came out this year, and I don't do a lot of eyeshadow palette reviews on my channel, even though I'm not exactly sure why, because eyeshadow palettes is definitely one of the makeup products that I absolutely adore. I feel like the creativity that it takes to create an eyeshadow palette and the quality and just everything in general matters so much. And so this is going to be a review and swatchings and just kind of talking about the new Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This is definitely a palette that I think has extreme versatility. I feel like it's pretty great quality. There's only one negative comment that I actually do have in regards to this palette, but I'll get to it in just a few. Besides that, the packaging is absolutely stunning. It has little tiny pictures of all kinds of different places all around the world, front and back. I feel like just the theme of this palette is absolutely amazing. I do love to travel myself, and so it's just really beautiful presentation of the packaging. So for packaging, I think it's definite like a 10 out of 10 for me. It came in this little box that looks like this, just a black box with all the shadows and their shadow names in the back. And there are 21 shadows in this palette with 0.8 grams each, and so let's get into it. I'm gonna kind of just start talking about it a little bit, and then we'll do like a close-up inspection of it, and then I'll do some swatchings, and we're just gonna kind of play around with it together and just experience it together. It does retail for $49. I actually paid more for it because I bought it initially from the Urban Decay website instead of from Sephora, and so they charge for shipping. But that's okay. I kind of want it here like a little bit faster than before Sephora had it in stock. And also I will mention it came with these black and white really cute creative little stickers, and so that I thought was a really cute addition to the whole theme of the palette. I do love to travel myself. I actually have quite a few countries on my bucket list. For example, I really want to go to Switzerland. I have never been to Australia, so I really want to go there as well. Alaska is one of my places to go, and also Iceland. So those are the 4 places that I really want to still go to and visit. I really want to know where you guys would love to go. Like, if you want to travel somewhere, do you have a place where you would love to go? Let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you're from another country than USA, let me know in the comments down below. Where are you guys from? Where would you guys like to go? I am originally from Poland, so I moved to Arizona to the US when I was like 7, 8, and I just absolutely love to travel. I try to go back to Europe every like 2 years or so just to visit some of my family and travel a little bit, do some backpacking. I feel like Europe is an amazing place in general. So I definitely recommend like every single person to go to Europe at least once for like a backpacking trip. I feel like it's such a different, amazing experience. And so this palette just reminds me of Europe and travel. And so that alone definitely like brings up a lot of good memories for me. And so this is what the palette looks like on the inside. It has a really big, nice mirror, and then you have 21 beautiful, beautiful shades. There isn't one that's really like a dud in my opinion. I've already kind of played around with these. We will create like a quick look also with these shadows, but the purpose of this palette is to actually have everything you will ever need in like a shadow in one palette. So if you are traveling or going on a trip or an adventure, this would be the only palette you would actually need to bring with you to get any type of look you actually wanted. So these are the shadows, and there's such a great variety. There's literally almost every shadow you might need if you are traveling or going out somewhere or to dinner or just hanging out. You have the warmer tones right here. You have a dark black with like a deep blue. like undertone to it. You have a lot of mattes and transition colors. You have a few sparkling colors. You have a couple metallics here that are absolutely gorgeous. One is with gold reflect sparkle. The other one is kind of more of just like a wash of greenish sea blue. Then you have like a darker deep blue, and you have a couple purples, which I'm a huge fan of. And so you have a really good variety of color and finish, because they have everything in this palette from matte, satin to metallic finishes with even a little bit of sparkle in it. And so now what we're gonna do is jump into a quick look. I actually already have all my other makeup on besides eyeshadow, so I'm gonna go ahead and create a quick little look for you guys. But before I get into my eyeshadow look real quick, I did want to point out that my darker purple, this is what it kind of washed out to be, and it's actually really nice of like a ashy lilac pastel, but it's still washing out. This is after maybe like 3 washes of that darker purple that you guys just saw in my last video. So I definitely do enjoy it. I actually curled my hair for you guys, especially for you guys today, because I don't think I'm really going anywhere or doing much today. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Look using this eyeshadow palette. I definitely think the quality is there. The shadows are really pigmented, they're really creamy, and I feel like the metallics are actually like a really nice pop of color. As you guys can see on my lid, I wasn't even sure what kind of look I was gonna do, but this is what I came up with. So I have the purple and like magenta in the crease, then I have this beautiful copper, I think it's called Accelerate, right here in the middle on the lid. And I feel like if metallic shadows don't need to be wet to apply smoothly and still show the pigment and the intensity, those are good quality shadows. And so I really do enjoy this palette. This is definitely one of my favorite 3 palettes that have came out this year. My other 2 would be the Pretty Vulgar, the Rising Phoenix palette, which I absolutely am still obsessed with, and then my other one would be probably the Kat Von D 10th Anniversary palette. And so this is definitely my 3rd favorite palette this year, and I do really recommend this one. I feel like the packaging is really sturdy. Oh, speaking of the packaging again, I actually dropped this palette from about like 3 feet up, and this palette just dropped and fell out of my hands, and I was so anxious to see if any of the shadows broke, but they didn't. So it's definitely travel friendly. The packaging is very sturdy. Now, the only con I actually have about this palette that I mentioned in the beginning of this video is that this shadow right here, it's called Breakaway. It actually claims to be like a shimmery highlighting shadow, but for me it's not enough of a highlighting shadow. I feel like it's a hybrid between like a matte and a satin finish. I wish this shade right here was a little bit more like a highlight, so for it to be less matte and more like shiny, because I feel like this one would be perfect for like inner corners and under the brow highlight, but it's not performing to my expectations of like a face highlight. So I wish that one would be a little bit more, you know, just glowy, but besides that, I absolutely love this palette. And so let's go ahead and jump into it and play around with it a little more. Alright, my beauties, so let's go ahead and take a zoomed in look at this palette. This is what the packaging looks like. It also has little tiny pictures of different places in the world. Born to Run eyeshadow palette.
This is what the box looks like on the back. It has all the shadows listed. It has all their names listed. And this is what the box looks like. Now, like I did mention earlier, they did include these cute black and white stickers of different cities. There's Vancouver, there's Dubai. Ooh, Dubai is actually another place I really, really want to go visit. There's Tokyo, there's New York, there's Mexico City, Rio. Rio is another place I really want to go to. There's London, and these are just super cute and a nice gesture that they did to include in this palette. And then you have this eyeshadow palette. Like, you guys, look how beautiful these pictures are. Like, I just want to go pack my bag and go anywhere. I feel like this is such an inspirational palette. It says you're not lost, you're born to run. This is what the back looks like. It has more different places, from the beach to the city. It just has a lot of really nice pictures, and then it's very solid. And I believe the palette is plastic, so it is friendly to travel with. It comes with a really big mirror, and then these are the shadows. Now, I did already play around with them a little bit, so they might be a little bit messy. There's a tiny bit of fallout from these, but nothing too major. And overall, like, these are beautiful, beautiful shades. As for a palette overall to be travel friendly and just really nice and convenient, this is a great palette overall. You have the lightest colors, you have the darkest colors, you have a lot of warm tones in here, you have two greens, you have like a sea blue, you have a couple coppers, a lot of like transition shades, and it's just really well thought out palette in my opinion. So let's go ahead and do some swatching. So these are all the shades swatched out on my arm. I feel like some of these shimmers and metallics are absolutely beautiful. Like, look at how beautifully they reflect in the light. They're absolutely amazing. And like I said, the quality is definitely there. I feel like it's a great variety of different colors and shadows in this palette. And so if any one of you guys was wondering to pick this palette up and you guys were debating it, I definitely approve it. I feel like it's definitely one of my favorite palettes that has came out this year. And the shadows are just definitely beautiful and versatile and really nice quality. And so definite 2 thumbs up for me. And so that'd be it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Lots of love from me to you. Stay happy, stay positive, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.